So.
Second, all in favor?
Second.
Aye. Okay, general business correspondent, Bill Mountberg.
As circulated.
As circulated, okay. Consent calendar, commentary by Township Committee on Township Matters. Mr. Arvanites.
Nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, sir. We hope you're feeling better. Good luck on your, thank you. Ms. Wilson?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I also want to echo congratulations to Tim. And my contribution is that I think Tim excels in responding quickly to email. I've never seen anyone respond so quickly. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Among all the other things that you do. I'm really glad to see so many people showing up tonight and bringing up so many different topics for consideration. I had other things I was going to talk about, but I do want to comment on a few of the things that were brought up tonight. Ms. Holland's proposal, I would like to comment on that. That was brought up at an office hours session. In fact, it was brought up at 2 office hours sessions last spring. And as I reviewed what happened here, I believe there was a confusion, like a merging of 2 different topics. Correct me if I'm speaking, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, I guess. What I heard in that exchange was Ms. Holland giving an example of how if that proposal had been in play, we could have avoided some confusion. So I'm not sure, we have never discussed that proposal at this committee. And just so you're clear on what that proposal was, the proposal was to allow a very brief time at the end of the meeting for residents to ask a follow-up question or clarification of something that someone said.
Only for what you're saying there.
Right.
Hold on.
So that was the proposal. It was never discussed by us, but I just want to clarify that it was brought up months ago, and it was brought up during office hours. So as a point of clarification, I want that to be on the record. A question that came up, I would like to know if Mr. Quinn could answer, when was the Hanover corridor study done? That you referenced in answer to someone else's question?
I think it was 2014.
Say 3 or 4 years ago, because it was all the way up through the 5 corners intersection of Speedwell. And
Right. I gave you a copy of that.
Mr. Grisel was at the meeting. We have it.
I would have to look for that. Was that recently?
No, many years ago I gave you an extra copy that I had of it. You have it.
Sure I do.
I know you do.
Okay. All right. I also wanted to, I've heard from being out in the community, knocking on a lot of doors, talking with a lot of residents, I've heard a lot of concerns about the similar concerns that were expressed tonight, cut through on Highland. And there is, I see it as an issue where there's a lot of concern among neighbors, and I'm glad that people are showing up and bringing it up before this body. And I think it's something that we need to think about and perhaps take some further action on. And I do believe that there was, and perhaps you can refresh my memory on this, that there was just, I'm not sure if it was a stop sign or there was some traffic calming set up. I'm not sure what street it was. Was it Cedar? Do you know? This was recently. Do you know what it was?
I'm not, but you can't use stop signs would not meet the criteria of the MUTCD, and they can't be used as devices to slow traffic. They can only be used for their intended purpose.
What I've heard people raising as a possibility is the speed humps.
There are many traffic calming measures that would be used before that because there is a lot of liability there. There's also significant concerns from our emergency response units for response to emergencies, police, fire. There's been injuries of firemen from going over those humps with all their equipment on and then hitting the roof of the cabs with their equipment and having neck injuries. There's also liability concerns with vehicles going off there and then striking pedestrians that may be on the road. There are numerous traffic calming devices that are at our disposal that should be looked at first.
What would those be?
Lane narrowing, striping, the radar signs that are up there are some of them, along with additional signage and trying to public education.
Okay. I think it would be good for us to look at those things. Also, on the Collinsville playground, I wanted to put a few facts on the record as far as that goes. It's a fact that the purchase order for the equipment that we have was put out in May of 2016. It's a fact that the playground equipment was delivered to our township and has been stored in a garage since December of 2016. It's a fact that repeated promises were made in 2017 that the equipment would be installed, and it was not. There was a meeting in 2018 where residents from Collinsville came to a Parks and Recreation meeting, and the outcome of that meeting was that there would be resident input, further input into the equipment that was at Collinsville. There was another meeting later in the spring. From that, there was an engineering study. I'm not sure if that engineering study was expected to be done in the past. That I don't know. But I do know that an engineering study was undertaken in August of 2018 to determine maximum placement of the playground equipment. Then the next step after that was to issue a bid for getting the equipment installed. And we were on track to have a bid come up for a vote tonight to install the equipment, but that's where we've had an additional problem with, I believe it's the footing or the molding.
No, it was getting the footing criteria from the manufacturer to the consulting engineer so they could include that information into the bid. And
Okay,
that has
so
all
we've
been.
had a problem that's delayed getting the bid for the installation. Because we now have the shortened time frame to the next meeting, we will not be able to get the installation bid to come up for a vote until the December meeting. And my question after that is, when will the installation occur? I assume it cannot occur in the winter. It's got to wait till spring, right?
That would be my recommendation that, unless we have a very mild winter, that they can do the work. But my guess is that it would start, sometime in March and be ready to go. It's not going to take very long to install it.
Good. So it's looking pretty good that we're on track to get the equipment installed this spring. And I think it's important to be honest about what's happened in the past. And what I just said, I followed the situation very closely, and those are the facts. So I respectfully put those on the record. The other things I wanted to comment on, I did want to mention that our fire department has done a really good job this week on family fun nights. There's 2 of them this week. One was last night, one is tomorrow night, 6 to 9 o'clock. Last night was at Woodland, tomorrow night is at Fairchild. And I encourage everyone to show up. They are fun, and you can learn about fire safety, and you can meet our staff and volunteers. So I recommend that. And I did also want to take this opportunity to put in a plug for the Notify Me feature of the Township's website. It's a really valuable tool, and a lot of people do not know about it. They're not aware of it. You can go there on the website, go to services, and then from there, notification services. From there, Notify Me, and you can sign up to get the agendas of the planning board meetings and the Board of Adjustment. It's very useful to people who want to monitor what's going on with development in our town. I encourage everyone to do that. And my last question is for Mr. Quinn. I've had several questions from residents about the bike share that is at Lawantaka on South Street. So could you update the public on what's going on with that?
County and Morris contracted out with a company called Zagsta to provide bikes in Lewanika Park for people to rent and ride through to different areas of Lewanika Park.
And there is another plan by Trans Options, which is a nonprofit organization. They're also working. So the point here is that bike shares are starting to become common, or they're starting to take root. And I think it's something to watch and to, I support. I think it's a good thing for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sislo?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to congratulate a few people. Robert Carrion has been approved by Mr. Nunn, our OEM coordinator, Dan Nunn, our OEM coordinator for new membership. The Office of Emergency Management has been revamped in the past few years, and it is just an incredible volunteer organization, a group of men and women that come out and do all sorts of things in any type of weather, be it snow or hurricanes. If there are incidents with fires or police activity that needs road closures, etc., these are the men and women that come out and volunteer to do what most of us don't want to do at 3 o'clock in the morning or over long periods of time, particularly when our power is out. They're out there day and night serving the public. So I want to thank Mr. Carrion for coming out and all the members of the Office of Emergency Management. These volunteers are very special people. And for all of you out there that did not know that, if you do see those members, please thank them. They are invaluable. I want to thank John Girolamo and Ian Kelly, who have joined the ranks of the Morris Township Fire Department, along with Andrew Penizzato and Mason Karkich. These are two junior members of the Morris Township Fire Department that are coming out. Again, our fire department can't really function well without our volunteers. We have both a career division and a volunteer division, and that combination, particularly our volunteers, are absolutely phenomenal because they come out and assist us on this board with keeping your property taxes in check. I think I did mention Ian Kelly, but I apologize if I did not. So I just wanted to point those guys out. I know I often do that, say that up here on the dais with regard to our fire department, but they are a special group of people, so I wanted to thank them as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sisler. I've got 2 or 3 items. Number one is on Friday we'll be going before Judge Nergard to hopefully get approval for our fair housing plan. We will, once this is approved, and we hope that it will be, we will have exemption from any builders' remedy lawsuits until the year 2025. So I think that's critically important. I'll be gone. And Tim will be gone by then. All those. I think one of the best things I saw happen this week was the arrest of the 2 perpetrators for the attempted break-in and firing, shooting us around at a dog over on Frederick Place. The Morris Township Police Department, under the direction of Chief Mark DiCarlo and his detectives and officers of Morris Township, it culminated in 2 arrests by our police, one in this local area and one in Newark. So I just think it's a wonderful thing. We also had help from the Morris County Prosecutor's Office, the Sheriff's Department, and Morristown Police. But it was incredible police and detective work to have found these 2 people. So we're just delighted with that. And the last thing is the 7th is Election Day. And I hope everyone will. I mean, the 6th, okay, well then I'll be a day late, I hope not. Please, everyone, come out and vote and hope for a feeling of healing in this country. With the divisiveness that's gone on, I expect that at some juncture we'll reach a period of hegemony where we can all sort of disagree, but still stay as close and friendly as we possibly could. Okay? Monthly reports, Madam Clerk.
As circulated.
Okay, claims for payments, vouchers of $9,354,694.28. Motion,
I'll move the bills.
second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Bontes?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Sisler?
Yes.
Mayor Mancuso?
Okay, before adjournment, I hope you all realize that our next meeting will be on the 7th in 3 weeks. It's early this year because of the League of Municipalities convention, so we'll see you then at 5 o'clock at the closed session. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor?
Yes, sir. Yes, John.
Before we do close, the last comment that he made, I must say that in this little bit less than a year that we've been working together, that our country should look at us as a model of how we can get things done, we can disagree, but still move forward and helping our municipalities and our residents. So thank you for those comments.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Jeff,
One more item.
One item, yeah. Special meeting is
28, 6
November 28th, so I'd ask that one of you motion for a special meeting at 6 o'clock on November 28th.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, all in favor? Aye. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you so much for coming tonight.